I'm always interested in what avenues open our heart and which ones do not. If we pay attention to the Vedanas, what's pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, it makes sense, and we're hardwired, that our preference is for the pleasant. The next step is, once we've recognized that this particular pleasant thing is safe, then we can make the decision and set the intention to let it come into our hearts. And then there's another decision we can make, which is we can savor that. In general, we have our hearts wrapped pretty tightly, unless we encounter no-brainers like babies, children, trees, pets. There are lots of those unpleasant Vedanas we don't choose to take in. Many of them, we can notice, take the form of not right speech from ourselves and others. Judgments, opinions, gossip, complaining, and of course insults, slander, threats, etc. The same goes with our thoughts. We monitor our self-talk, since our thoughts flow right into our behaviors. As the mountain streams flow eventually into the oceans. In a way, sometimes our hearts can feel as large as the ocean, and no pollution plays. It's helpful to know when we've either opened our hearts or closed them, or if they are in between. It's worth observing. And in Buddhism, there's no lack of things to pay attention to. Paying attention and being curious is our growth edge. Let's close our eyes for a minute or look at the floor and turn our attention to our hearts. We're taking the long route because when we're guarding any part of our body, the long route is preferable. For verification, ask any body worker. The tent is held up by its underpinnings, so we want to start there. First, the environment. With your mind's eye, check out the room, the building, the grounds. Right now, it's peaceful and safe. We can trust we'd know in an instant if it wasn't. But as far as we know, all is well. The air quality is good. The temperature's fine. The company's fine. The talk is fine. As far as we know, all is okay, so we can begin to let down. Imagine for a moment there are drains at the bottom of your feet. This is a visualization, and if it's difficult to do, don't worry about it. It won't last long, and it might be helpful. So with your mind's eye, check out the bottom of your feet. It doesn't matter that you might not know the acupuncture points. Just pretend these drains and points exist. And while you're at it, make a mental note to remember to massage your feet. Explore, be curious, relax and open them. Now turning your attention away from your feet. With each exhale, pretend you're taking the elevator from your head right down through the drains in your feet into the earth. And on this elevator, invite and pack in all your thoughts, difficulties, aches and pains, arguments, and let them drain right into the earth. It's a freight elevator. Stay with it a bit. Invite the tension in your shoulders, any shame, any malice, to simply drain down out of your body through the bottoms of the feet. Keeping your eyes closed and relaxed, remember how in my last talk I spoke about how energy and information flow through our brain, either from the top down or the bottom up. Having your feet relaxed facilitates the bottom up flow, which comes through our senses, which is the way we took in information when we were children. Top-down layers of the cortex contain prior learning and what happened in the past. It's the brain's job to make meaning out of these two energetic and informational flows. We need both of them. If you define the mind as including the heart and bigger than the brain, it's as if these flows swirl and merge in the heart, as well as in the mind. We just did that a minute ago when we checked into our environment to make sure this was a safe enough space, that's top down, to let our bottom-up energy and information rise. Is the environment safe enough for our children? You can see how this practice is intimate. Continue dropping a bit more. Let the exhale relax your entire lower body. Your butt, your legs, emptying out the bottom of your feet. As we leave the head behind, don't be concerned. Re-anchor and rest your attention in your hara, dantian. As you exhale, be aware of the space around you and feel the air on your skin. Feel the clothing on the front top of your body. On the back top of your body. On the bottom half of the front of your body. On the back half of the lower part of your body. And on your whole left side. On your whole right side. And be aware of the space around your body. Keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to play some pleasant sounds. Rather than being curious about what I'm playing, I'll show you later, try to let the sounds all the way into your undefended heart. Try to savor the sound. Just as with good feelings, take them in, even for an instant. It's safe. Let the sound suffuse your body. See if you can feel how the sound and your breath nourish you. So sit for a minute and let these sounds soak in. Can you feel your heart take it in? It's like when someone is singing to you. Or reading a poem, like a Mary Oliver. Somewhere a black bear has just risen from sleep and is staring down the mountain. There is only one question: how to love this world. I think of her rising like a black and leafy ledge to sharpen her claws against the silence of the trees. So slowly and in your own time, come back into the room. You might want to stretch. Open your eyes. Notice how your heart feels. Ajahn Sucitto, a Theravadan monk who studied for years with Ajahn Chah, said that Theravadan Buddhism was more body-based than inside practice. And Reverend Panavati, who was here a few weeks ago, noted that one problem she felt with American insight practice is that the devotional, heart-opening parts of the Southeast Asian culture didn't migrate here with the rest of the teachings. She said that was possibly because those bringing it were white, Western, top-down thinking practitioners who didn't quite understand its importance. And when we sing, speak, chant, hum, whistle, or play an instrument, we have the option of doing it with our hearts open or closed. As the recipient, we've experienced it both ways, and we often know whether the heart of the person performing was open or closed. It's helpful to really pay attention to hearts and set your own intention to have your heart open when you speak, sing, chant, or play an instrument. Attending my granddaughter's high school choral concert, you could almost perceive which kids were able to sing with their hearts open. And when they did, you know they had support to do that. One of the greatest gifts of studying Buddhism for me is that I've learned how to better support myself and sit with difficulties until they unfold. At the same time, it's hugely helpful to have others hold the mirror and reflect us clearly. Part of the work is learning to hold our own mirror towards others with clarity and with the least amount of distortion. A helpful image is to imagine we live in a one-room house with windows and a door. On the inside of the windows and door, we paint the word kindness to remind us always to look upon others and the world with kindness. As Mary Oliver said, there's only one question: how to love this world. She says, I think of her rising like a black and leafy ledge to sharpen her claws against the silence of the trees. Here at IMCC in February, Pat chanted for us and said chanting was how he began his morning meditation practice. It opened his heart. Chanting is an avenue into the title of what his talk was. Practice is your life support system. He also spoke of the nourishment he received watching the activities of the birds in the bird bath and their songs. All sense data that touched his heart. So I'm going to have us explore chanting a little further to see if it's helpful for you. Rumi says, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. So don't get performance anxiety. I'll teach you how to do this, and we can chant if you're comfortable, or hum, or just follow along. And we'll chant in Sanskrit or Pali, and to notice how the ancient syllables resonate in your heart and in your mouth. And please chant along with me if that's comfortable. And if not, as I said, you can hum or just follow along, or close your eyes and let the sounds soak in. Or a bit of each. It's your choice. The first one is chanted on the same note in unison. You want to feel it resonate first in your sinus cavities and then as much as possible throughout your body. We'll keep repeating it and vary the pace and I'll clap in sync. And once you've memorized it, because we'll keep repeating it, try to let go into it. So the way you pronounce this first one is Om Mani Padme Hum. What it means is the jewel of the Dharma is in the lotus. The jewel is in the lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum. So it goes Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Just letting that soak in. And you could see how you could do that for a long time. Just keeps building and building. So this next one is pronounced Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Homage to the fully awakened, perfectly enlightened Lord Buddha. And that's part of the devotional part, Lord Buddha. The Sri Lankan Buddhists talk about Lord Buddha. I had never heard it before. It said that way. It was very interesting. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. 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 So let's do this one 3 times again. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. And then it moves into the 3 refuges. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. To the Buddha, I go for refuge. To the Dhamma, I go for refuge. To the Sangha, I go for refuge. And then Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami. For a second time to the Buddha I go for refuge. For a second time to the Dhamma I go for refuge. For a second time to the Sangha I go for refuge. And then Tatyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Tatyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Tatyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami. And the way that sounds is Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami. So let's do that again. Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami. So let's go back to the Namo again and then run through the whole thing. You guys are good. This is great. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangam saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Tatyampi Sangam Saranam Gacchami. Let's go through that whole thing again. This is great. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangam saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Sangam saranam gacchami. So just sit for a minute again and let's soak that in. Notice your heart. Notice if anything, tiny thing has shifted. Any vibrations anywhere. any pleasantness or pleasure anywhere. And if you'd like to chant with the Southeast Asian monks, there's a reference on the bottom there to the website. So this may be something that you want to incorporate, that it might be helpful. I apologize for the smallness of the print, and I want to thank Judy for copying it. So, how did that feel? How was that? What did you notice? You want to say something, Dave?
Kind of resistant to it at first, but it felt good. It feels like kind of unconsciously moved something in me, although did strain my vocal cords a little bit because I don't practice, But thank you for trying that.
Yeah.
I tend to be very left-brained, so that's kind of a nice way to get out of the left brain.
Good. Thanks. Anybody else? Over in the left there.
I noticed that everything from the day dropped away. So thank you.
Oh, good. Perfect.
I appreciate the physical sensations of singing, of chanting, and feeling my body with the buzz of making sound. And puts me in a different place. And I like that.
Great. Thank you.
I like the feeling of the vibrations of when I was singing the words and not knowing really how to pronounce them. You kind of bypass reason and just get involved with the vibration of the feeling of the words. And I like to read a lot, and so it was interesting that I was trying to read it with my mind, and then I went past it and felt it come like the vibration. It was really cool. I liked it.
That's great, Blue. Thank you. And the more we memorize these, you don't have to read the words, but it takes a bit to memorize them. Yeah.
So I've done some chanting with music, and I'm used to the music, and I liked this. It was the first time I've really done it without music, and it felt sort of percussive, like
Right.
it just. I mean, I'm a drummer, so to me it felt like just drumming, as opposed to drumming with other music. It's kind of, I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure.
But it was nice to feel that, what feels to me like just percussion in my body.
And it was nice to hear everybody. It was, we were all percussing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I love the sound of all the voices combining into sort of one tone. We sort of resonated with each other, especially during the first chant.
Right.
Nice.
Right. That's a real traditional trust chant. I think in all the Buddhist, practices, I think everybody does it.
I think, too, one of the most amazing parts is everybody staying in it together. It's kind of like, rowing in an 8, you've got to, so you really feel connected with everyone.
Right. It's Sangha building. It's like literally Sangha building. Vibrationally. Yeah. Thanks. So my toys the sounds were these eggs and then this. So I did them together. And then this is an antique Tibetan singing bowl. So that was this sound. The trouble with these bowls is you have to be pretty centered to play them, and I had lost it, so let me get it again. There, you can hear the overtone. I always like to let it run out. At Southern Dharma, they have a huge gong, and when they ring it between, or sound it between times, people stand still and just listen to it till it ends. And when you're lucky enough to be the one playing it, it's great. And then this one was, of course, this. This is the beauty. And this is a crystal bowl. And it's called a practitioner's bowl because it has a handle on it. And so it's for other people. So I kind of, spread it out. This one goes for a long time. Where I used to work at Duke Integrative Medicine, they had a huge one in the foyer. And people would ring it and ring it and ring, and it was beautiful. Never got tired of it. And then these are Tibetan singas, Tsingas. And you can do them that way, or you can do them this way. Thank you very much for being willing to do that. Let's just take a minute and center again. And dedicate the merit of our practice for the well-being of all beings. May we and all beings be happy, be healthy, have peace with the ease of well-being, have justice, and may there be peace. Thank you.